Have you ever felt like your mind is stuck in an endless loop of what ifs? If you're an INFP or INTP, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These two personality types, while different, share one major challenge: indecision. But why? What is it about the way these two types think that makes even the simplest decisions feel like climbing a mountain? Today, we're diving deep into the inner world of INFPs and INTPs to understand the unique struggle they face when it comes to making decisions. Stick around, because if you've ever been stuck in indecision, this video will give you some eye-opening insights. Now let's take a quick pause. What if I told you that the INFP and INTP struggle with indecision for completely different reasons, yet both lead to the same frustrating outcome: feeling trapped? By the end of this video, you'll not only understand their struggle, but also learn some practical tips on how to move past this mental gridlock. Curious to know why INFPs get stuck in feelings while INTPs get lost in logic? Let's jump in. Let's start with the INFPs. Imagine having a heart so full of emotions that every decision feels like it carries the weight of the world. For INFPs, decisions aren't just about pros and cons. They're about meaning, values, and feelings. What if this choice doesn't align with my core values? What if it hurts someone? What if it makes me feel bad? These are the kinds of questions that swirl through an INFP's mind, making even small decisions feel monumental. INFPs tend to overthink because they are always searching for that perfect solution that resonates with their feelings. And this is where they often get stuck. The fear of making the wrong choice, of choosing something that might go against their inner world, keeps them locked in indecision. Does this sound familiar? For an INFP, it's like being caught in an emotional maze where every path feels uncertain. Now let's talk about INTPs. Their struggle is quite different, but just as intense. INTPs are logical to the core. They're all about analyzing, solving puzzles, and finding the most rational answer. But here's the catch: they can get lost in endless possibilities. For an INTP, a simple decision can turn into an elaborate thought experiment. They weigh every potential outcome, every angle, every hypothetical scenario. And before they know it, they're stuck in an infinite loop of what-ifs. For the INTP, indecision comes from a fear of missing the best logical solution. They don't want to just make a decision. They want to make the right decision, the one that checks all the boxes. And sometimes, that perfect answer doesn't exist. But instead of settling for a good enough solution, the INTP keeps digging, searching for that elusive perfect answer, often at the cost of making any decision at all. Let me give you a quick story. Imagine you're an INFP and you've been asked to make a choice about a job offer. The logical side of you knows it's a great opportunity, but your heart? It's pulling you in a million directions. What if this job doesn't align with your values? What if it feels wrong? You're paralyzed by the thought that one wrong move could lead you down a path that feels inauthentic. Now, if you're an INTP, the same job offer comes in, but your struggle is different. You're thinking about every possible outcome. You've analyzed the company, the job description, the future possibilities. But there's always that lingering question: what if there's a better option out there? What if I'm missing something? And so you end up doing nothing, trapped in the maze of logic. At this point, you might be wondering, how can INFPs and INTPs break free from this mental trap? Don't worry, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's take a moment to appreciate how exhausting this inner battle can be. If you've ever felt this way, know that you're not alone, and understanding the struggle is the first step toward overcoming it. Quick question for you. Do you ever find yourself stuck in a decision, overanalyzing or overfeeling the outcomes? Drop a comment below and let me know whether you relate more to the INFP or INTP experience. I'd love to hear your stories because trust me, we've all been there. Now, let's dive into some practical advice for both INFPs and INTPs. If you're an INFP, it's important to realize that not every decision will align perfectly with your values. Sometimes it's okay to make a choice that feels good enough rather than perfect. Ask yourself, is this decision aligned with my core values? If the answer is yes, then take the leap. For INTPs, the key is to stop searching for the perfect solution and embrace the concept of good enough. Not every decision will have a clear, logical best choice, and that's okay. Give yourself permission to make mistakes and learn from them. Progress is better than perfection, and sometimes making a decision is better than overanalyzing it to death. All right, we've covered a lot today about the unique struggles of INFPs and INTPs and how they can start overcoming the trap of indecision. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content like this. And hey, let's keep the conversation going in the comments. What's the hardest decision you've ever had to make? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.